Hey, what's going on, guys? Ian here today from Tree Up Social. I hope you're having a good day, and today we're going to see whether or not a Hackintosh is worth it in 2018. Let's do it. So what is going on, guys? Ian here from Tree Up Social. As I said in the intro, today we're going to be talking about the Hackintosh behind me and whether it's worth it in 2018. So starting off, what is a Hackintosh? A Hackintosh is a Mac system running off Windows hardware. So your graphics card can be Windows directed and your CPU can be Windows directed. So you can get it on a 1080 Ti, a 1070 Ti, a 1060 Ti, or in my case a GTX 960. Now it's a slightly older card, but it does for what I want it to do. So the introductories aside, it is not illegal to make a Hackintosh. So contrary to many's belief, it is not illegal to create a Hackintosh. What is illegal in this kind of realm is building a PC, installing Mac on it, and then selling it. So Apple are against that. They don't mind you doing Hackintoshes. The Apple police won't turn up to your house and bust down your door to seize your computer that's running Mac OS that you built yourself, but they will kind of take note of you buying and selling it on or whatever. So yeah, that's a really important point. So one downfall of using a Hackintosh system is that the BIOS always ends up all over the place after you've decided to go back to Windows or to add Windows to another partition or so on, or whatever you want. So you might be asking yourself, why does the BIOS go mad? Because you're actually installing so many drives into the BIOS that the BIOS just ends up with a list of like 16 drives that are all UEFI that are compatible with Mac, and then you have kind of like your hard drives and then a load of different UEFI partitions, which is just crazy sometimes to maintain. But if you're kind of a techie, or if you just look up a simple tutorial, you can get away from this as soon as you change back to Windows. You can reset your BIOS and delete all them drives that you don't want and start from afresh. Another downfall of having a Hackintosh is you can't actually have the latest Mac OS fully working when a new update comes out. So the computer behind me is actually running High Sierra. So the latest one was Mojave that came out back in September, and you can actually have that working fully 100% compatible with my system. So the reason for that is Apple controls the NVIDIA web drivers that are released to the public from NVIDIA. So they have to sign off literally on a piece of paper that let NVIDIA know that they can push out all these drivers to help whatever custom Macs there are out there. So this is not a bad thing. High Sierra runs great for me. You know, I'm not in no hurry to upgrade to Mojave. It's just I get a lot of push notifications on the screen sometimes from the App Store telling me to update, and it's just quite annoying. And it always takes up 4.5 gigabytes worth of storage because it automatically downloads Mojave to upgrade, because obviously it thinks I'm running a Mac, like an iMac. So that is a kind of another downfall of it, but it's not really like anything major where I can't just get over it. Another problem that I have with my hardware is the keyboard, because the keyboard is a Windows based keyboard, and for some reason it doesn't recognize Mac as it would Windows. I never know when cap locks is on or off, which is really kind of frustrating sometimes when you're working on a document and you're kind of looking at your keyboard and not even paying attention to the screen, and then you look up and see, wait, all my words are in cap lock. So you have to go back and do it again or whatever. Or passwords you're entering as cap locks and you enter your password wrong like 10 times. But why would you not notice it? But like even once, it's kind of frustrating. All that aside, drivers are fairly easy if you know what you're doing to install upon first installation of the Hackintosh, which is good. It does take a probably a few hours out of your day to fully set up a Hackintosh. No matter how quick your computer is, no matter what computer you have, honestly, it just takes a few hours, and it would be worth that time to put into it, because I took a lot of time out of my day to set this up originally, and it was well worth it because it's fully working now, and all the drivers and stuff like that are working. So the question is of the video: is the Hackintosh still worth it? Well, in my opinion, it is and it isn't, because the Mac Mini has just come out. The 2018 Mac Mini has just come out with absolutely fantastic specs in it, but it still costs about €1,300 to get what I have in this, with a bit less of certain things. You don't have upgradability, you don't have the ability to add storage, change a processor, and then you have to bring your monitors and then your keyboard and mouse or whatever to the Mac Mini, whereas I had all this stuff before I bought all the parts for the computer, and I think the computer cost me probably about €1,000 to €1,200, and it is an absolute beast, and that's with a graphics card as well. Keeping in mind the Mac Mini doesn't actually offer a graphics card. You can use a USB-C or a Thunderbolt, I believe, to get an external GPU connected to the Mac Mini, which is also just a big pain in the neck, and it's gonna clutter your desk big time. For those people that want a Mac Mini, generally want simplicity and just a clean setup. So the answer to the question is yes, it is worth it, but also Apple are starting to cop on and realize the power of a desktop computer and kind of bringing the prices down, and the Mac Mini looks absolutely fantastic, and one in which I do want to pick up here in 2019. So I hope you enjoyed this first video on the channel. Be sure to check out my Instagram. That link will be in the description below. And apart from that, guys, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And from me, Ian at Tree Up Social, I will see you next time.